up, fam? It's your boy Aaron coming to you once again from First and Faithful. I wanted to go over the debate between Jimmy G and Nick Mullens that has taken over Niner Faithful. You know, who's better, who's not, blah blah, and why ultimately I think it's a dumb fucking debate to have in the first place. But before we get into that, if you could take 2 seconds, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon, really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I pretty much respond to everybody. Love having debates with you guys. You know, it's always fun interacting. But let's get to the topic at hand. As you know, Jimmy Garoppolo suffered a high ankle sprain against the Jets on Sunday. Out at least this week against the Giants. Possibly more weeks. Kind of just depends on how it heals. He's a quarterback, so it doesn't affect him as much. He's not having to cut on it or you know, do those hard, you know, running routes and that kind of thing. Or honestly, having a lot of people diving at his ankles like he was a receiver or a running back, you know, being tackled and whatnot. Christian McCaffrey is rumored to be out possibly 6 weeks with the same injury, but again, he has to cut. He runs routes. He does his athletic responsibility is different than Jimmy's. But you know, he may be back by week 4 against the Eagles, maybe week 5, maybe week 6, maybe week 7. You know, who knows? This could be a 3 or 4 week injury. Could just be a one-off. But you know, when he went out, and you know, first of all, kudos to Jimmy. A lot of the props, a lot of the respect. You know, even if you think Jimmy is overrated, you know, a product of the system, etc., etc., you have to give props to that performance on Sunday. He gets injured first quarter. He's on one leg basically, and he's throwing dimes out there. You know, Pro Football Focus had him as their number one rated quarterback for the week, which is crazy. It was his highest Pro Football Focus rating in the Niners uniform. At least I think it was his best rating ever that they had ever given him in his career. So just, you know, a lot of props to him. Gutted it out. You know, I'm sure he didn't want to, you know, sit the second half, but with the lead and everything, I think they just felt like it was just best to not, you know, make that any worse. You know, but you saw when Nick Mullens went in, you know, Nick didn't look good, and to be honest, you know, he shouldn't have looked good. Nick Mullens has not thrown a regular season pass since December 30th, 2018. It's been almost 21 months since that man has done a regular season pass, and it showed. He looked like someone who hadn't really seen any live action, right? People, you know, rushers and reading routes. A couple times he kind of looked like he was, I don't know, not trusting what he's seeing, or just a touch slow in what he was seeing. And, you know, you could just tell, you know, and that's honestly what I expected. I didn't expect him to go out there and throw for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, I didn't expect that. And honestly, if he had gone out there and he had performed that way, that would have said a lot about Jimmy, to be honest. You know, if a guy who hasn't thrown the pass in 21 months can come in and sling the rock and it's like no problem, that would have said a lot about, that would have said more about Jimmy than it could ever say about Nick Mullens. Let's just keep that 100. But, you know, with Jimmy having to sit for at least a week, this has set off this huge debate on Twitter, on Facebook. You know, if you guys are on there, I'm sure you've seen it, about, you know, you have the Jimmy, I'll call them the Jimmy truthers, if you will, and then the anti-Jimmy crowd, and just going at it, you know, just, and it, to me, why I think the debate over Jimmy versus, you know, who's better, Jimmy should be starting, it's Nick can be better if you give him a chance. And at the end of the day, for me, the reason it's stupid is because I asked a simple question, and that's, who gives a fuck? Honestly, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck who the quarterback is? If it's Jimmy, if it's Nick, at the end of the day, you're cheering, like, you're supporting the team, right? The question is, who are you a fan of? Are you a Niners fan first, or are you a Jimmy Garoppolo fan first, right? And if you're a Jimmy Garoppolo fan first, that's fun. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are fans of a player, and then they kind of cheer that player's team second, right? The Bulls are probably a perfect example. How many people were Jordan fans and stopped following the Bulls once he retired? Or, you know, probably Colts fans or Patriot fans once Tom Brady left. How many of those Patriot fans went over to the Bucks, right? Because they weren't really Patriot fans. They were Tom Brady fans. And so when he went to Tampa, they went with him too, right? And so that's fine. My thing is, cop to that. Just say, look, I'm a Jimmy G fan, and I'm gonna support and kind of, protect him, as much as I can. But if you are a fan of the team first, man, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter who the quarterback is. I said this on Twitter the other night. I don't care, Nick is the quarterback this week at least, and I hope he goes out there and breaks every Niners pass record. Those for 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, perfect QB rating, etc., etc. The team wins by 50 points, right? Just like I do for whoever is behind center, whether it's Jimmy, Nick, CJ Beathard, Colin Kaepernick comes out of nowhere. I don't care whether Deebo Samuel becomes there. I do not care. That's what I wish for, because I'm a fan of the team first. So I just want the team to win, period. If that's Nick back there, great. If that's Jimmy back there, great. And we kind of saw this after week 1. The debate kind of started there because Jimmy did not have a good game, honestly. And, should they bench? And it's just this arguing over who, Jimmy or Nick. And it's like, I just want the best person I just want whoever can win. Whoever can win the game, I do not, that's what I want. Honestly, don't care. And, I think if you're a fan of the team, do you care if someone said to you, hey, Jimmy's gone for the season. He's out for the whole season. Nick Mullens is going to be quarterback, but you're going to win the Super Bowl. Do you care that Jimmy's going to miss this season, or are you pumped that the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl? Like, which one do you think Eagle fans? This is probably the best example. Do you think Eagle fans give a shit that Carson Wentz wasn't the starting quarterback for their Super Bowl win over the Patriots? They give zero fucks. Who cares if it was Wentz, it's Foles? Who gives a fuck? Their team won the Super Bowl. Who cares who the starting quarterback was? Or even when Brady won his first one for the Patriots, do you think they cared that it wasn't Drew Bledsoe? Like, no. Like, if you're a fan of the team first, I don't care, if it's whoever it is back there, I just want the team to win the game. So this is the debate. Like I said, I find it silly. I find it kind of irrational. If you're a fan of the team first, Nick's your quarterback for this week. I see a lot of Jimmy Truther is probably the best way I can put it. And it's just like, wait. Like, you want him to fail? Like, they were actively kind of reveling in the fact that he didn't look good on Sunday. And it was like, that's not a good thing. This guy's your starter this week. Like, this guy is your starter. Like, you're reveling. You're acting like, a Seahawks fan. Like, you're actively happy that Nick Mullens is not looking good. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you can make the observation like, hey, he doesn't look good. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with, calling it as it is. He didn't look good. Absolutely right. He did not look good. Or, but to revel in that is weird as a fan of the team. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you want him to look bad? Do you want him to fail? Like, there are some people I legitimately think want him to fail. So you can say, see, Jimmy's the guy. And it's like, no, like, you're fanning wrong. If you're a fan of your first, loyalties to the team, then you're fanning wrong if you're, kind of, hoping that Nick Mullens does poorly. Like I said, I hope he does great. Like I said, I hope he throws for 550 yards. Honestly, I hope he's better than Jimmy. Why do I hope he's better than Jimmy? Because Jimmy took the team to a Super Bowl. So if Nick Mullens is better than that, then maybe that's a Super Bowl win. I hope every person is better than the person before them. Just because that's even better. If you're better than Jimmy Garoppolo, who took your team to the Super Bowl, that's pretty good, right? That's a guy I want behind center. If someone comes in and they're better than Nick Bosa's pretty fucking good. So if you tell me you have someone who's better than that, I'm gonna take that because that's better for the team, right? So just when I see these debates, it always, like I said, just it's a weird thing to me. Like, why are we debating that? The whole focus should be, let's hope Nick or whoever it is balls out, and that should be the start and kind of end of it, But that's my rant. It's more of a rant than anything else. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is your loyalty, if you will, to Jimmy or even Nick or first, or is it to the team? And what do you think? Can Nick? I think these next couple of weeks are easily winnable. The Giants are without Barkley. The Eagles look horrific. Wow, they look bad. And Miami might put up a little bit of fight just because, you know, Fitzmagic and all that. But honestly, I think Mullens could easily win those 3 games going into that week 6 against the Rams. That's going to be a tough one. Whether Jimmy's back or not, that's going to be a tough one against the Rams. But Nick could easily, you know, steer the ship to either a 4-1 record or a 5-1 record. 4-1 record going into that week 6, which would, you know, I assume put him in kind of in a playoff position. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up down below. Thanks as always for watching. This has been First and Faithful. I'm Aaron. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching First and Faithful. Here's another video I think you'll enjoy. Also, don't forget to subscribe. New videos every week. Appreciate all the support.